Live is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Built Ford Tough.
All right, welcome into Celtics postgame live, where the 76ers just spoiled opening night with a 117-116 win over the Seas. A fourth quarter in which Philadelphia scored 42 points. The Celtics had a 13-point lead early in that fourth quarter, but the Sixers kept coming. It was Tyrese Maxey, it was VJ Edgecombe, Tom Giles, Chris Forsberg. Scal, your opening thoughts on that one?
I mean, I don't like the cliche about we missed a bunch of shots. We did, and I'm just going to sit here and give credit to VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Those guys are unbelievable. To drop 40 in this building, like for their team, Paul George and Embiid might not even be a factor this year. But you watch those two guards; those guys were dynamic. We got to improve our passing. We're not a great passing team. And I thought we got good shots. We just didn't knock them down. So I'm not super down on the way that we played. I thought, a few of those shots go in, things look a little bit differently. We built the lead, but fourth quarter intensity has to be better to start. You can't let Tyrese Maxey go on a 9-0 run by himself.
I thought what was jarring was at the end. You're drawing up plays. They haven't been in that position where they haven't just trying to get Tatum the ball. They're learning all over again. Like, what is their go-to options late in that in that series? And so Peyton Pritchard had two pretty good looks. I mean,
no,
you don't like those at all.
Not the baseline one at all. 1.6. There has to be the ball has to go to a guy that can elevate himself out of trouble. There's nothing wrong with Peyton Pritchard, but like when you're 6'1" and you can't elevate, like Jaylen Brown can get the. Let's go back to the Indiana Conference Finals two years ago. He had no business making that shot, but he's a freak of nature. So that ball has to find him. The best players in the world get the ball with under two. And I'm all in on Peyton Pritchard. Don't get me wrong, but that ball is like a secondary piece to Pritchard. That ball has to get into Jaylen Brown's hands.
Is that a factor of they just haven't been in this position where they have to, like Anthony Simons is inbounding the ball, hasn't been here?
I don't know about all that. Like, it's Jaylen Brown has to get the ball. 1.6, they had a play. It was the slash play. Jaylen Brown has to tell people, listen, I want the ball in this area right here. You cut through, you go there. I'm going to catch the ball right there. I'm going to go to work. And that's what being special is.
And just like everything, it doesn't come down to one play. It's we'll focus on the end because that's what you're left thinking about. But the lulls, you just can't have stretches where Derek White was dominant and then everyone kind of like goes quiet and you get into foul trouble. You just put yourself in too many bad positions. Celtics have got to get better. There's going to be a bunch of games like this year. They got to learn from this one and be better on the next one.
All right, let's go through the final minute of how this thing went down, because the Celtics, again, they had the lead, but the Sixers just coming back, and it was Kelly Oubre who really had a quieter night compared to Maxey and Edgecombe, but he knocks down the three to give Philadelphia a 1-point lead.
That was supposed to be a go row. Hauser jumped in. Someone's supposed to go to Oubre on that.
And then he had this questionable foul on Sam Hauser, so that's a turnover going back the other way on the Celtics. They would get another look here, though. Jaylen Brown working on Grimes and can't convert. Xavier Tillman can't get the offensive rebound to go. And that was within 30 seconds to go. Tyrese Maxey would hit a couple of free throws to make it a 4-point Philly lead. And then Brown off the miss, but it's Xavier Tillman keeping it alive. Peyton Pritchard knocking down the three. So once again, a 1-point game. VJ Edgecombe knocked down 2 free throws, so it's a 3-point game. And then, after it was one again, after a Pritchard layup, Edgecombe misses 2 free throws. So this is where the Celtics were down by just 1. Their first crack at it, it's Peyton Pritchard. Good defense here by Philadelphia. The deflection by Grimes. Celtics would get one more chance in the final play that you guys were just talking about. You got 1.6 on the clock. It comes to Peyton Pritchard. Tries to get his man in the air. Just long on that one. And that's how Philadelphia wins it 117-116. But again, you go back through it, and we just went through the final minute. The Celtics were in control early in that fourth quarter before those Philadelphia guards got it going.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna move on from the end of the game real quick.
No, let's go.
Fine.
No. Let's focus on the end of the game.
I mean, you have to work to get the ball. I always use one play in particular because it's a play that everybody and their mom have seen. It is when Michael Jordan shot that shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He had 3 guys on him. He went one way, went another way, went another way, went another way to get a catch. Then he 2-dribbled, elevated shot on Elo. The shot is good, right? We've seen that. But what we have to understand is how hard he worked to get a catch. right? When you watch, our best player, Jaylen Brown, has to work that hard to get a catch. Simple. You're that good of a player. You are elite at what you do. If you think that a team is going to allow you to get a catch, it just doesn't work like that. You have to work hard to first get the ball, then let your talent shine. It's not like you're playing one-on-one at practice and the coaches are throwing you on it or you're checking it up. You have to work to get the ball. Jaylen Brown has to touch the ball.
The other thing, too, was that you watched it and you guys reacted to it live, was after Edgecombe missed that second free throw, Jaylen Brown took the timeout right away. Joe Mazzulla clearly wanted them to push that, Chris.
That would have been the wrong decision.
Right.
Call the timeout.
Nobody was breaking out the other way. You would have been kind of walking it up. I don't think you would have got a good look off of that. So I think they made the right decision to call a timeout. I think, again, when they watch the film tomorrow, they'll go back and say, okay, if we're in that situation again, either Peyton or Derek's got to be leaking out, trying to get out in transition and maybe trying to get something quick. But the way it unfolded, they made the right decision to draw it up, even if you still didn't get the ball to the right spot off of the timeout.
All right, let's now talk about Tyrese Maxey. 7 of 9 from 3, 40 points. VJ Edgecombe, 34 in his debut.
So you see that? Like third most all time.
And the most in 50 years.
Most first quarter points by a rookie all time. LeBron James 12, VJ Edgecombe 14. His composure. Listen, I'm not all about tanking. Philadelphia tanked last year. They had to because they had a protected pick. They hit the lottery with VJ Edgecombe.
Even the last play where Peyton didn't get had the rough look from the baseline, Edgecombe doesn't foul. Like, he has the presence of mind, and that's so hard for a young player to be to know you can't go into him and cause that. I'm just blown away by his poise, his explosiveness, the way he just was pretty fearless in his NBA debut, and that really bodes well for long term. We were joking about it, but those two, you've got to build around those two.
Yeah, he's and they got Jared McCain, who's pretty good too. So Edgecombe is a freak of nature. Like, he's fast and he jumps high and he's got a crazy motor, and he's also composed. Like, look at these shots. He's in the Boston Garden. He's playing against guys who have won championships. Look at him in transition. Played 1 year at Baylor. He's a stud, man. And I hope my boy Cooper Flagg is watching, because that Rookie of the Year, you better make sure that it's not locked up yet, all right? So let's...
what is Cooper going to do?
I don't know. It's not just today. I'm just saying in general, don't sleep on number 77 from Philly.
Yeah, Chris, this is a rookie coming out here, and, he was pretty good last year at Baylor, but I don't think anyone expected him to have this kind of impact in this game tonight. And it just, as the game went along, you're like, okay, well, he's probably going to make that shot. He's going to make that play. It just never got too big for him.
We expect it from Maxey, right? Like, he's done this before, and he's I don't want to say he's like a veteran now, but he's been out there enough to leave an impact on the game like that. For Edgecombe to do it in his first game is just so jarring. But you could tell from the first minutes he was so poised. Does not look at all like a rookie. And so, look, I don't even mean to be flip about it. I'm not going to overreact to one game, but this is the benefit where if things go wrong and you get a high pick.
Come on, Chris, don't start talking like that.
I'm just saying.
There's we're not going down that road. Philly's been taking for 177 years. They got one good player.
And it's Tyrese Maxey. It was tonight. That's for sure.
No, it was VJ Edgecombe. Tyrese Maxey wasn't even off of tanking. I think he was drafted 22nd.
I thought you were saying they have one good player now.
They tanked 100 years, and they got one good pick.
But let's talk about Tyrese Maxey, because he seems to do it against the Celtics time and time again. Scott, you've been saying it for years that this is his team, and it's quite clearly
it's weird how I know how good these guys are, but they don't know how good they are. I've been on Maxey for the last 4 years. Even when Harden was there, I'm like, get rid of him, let this guy go. But Tyrese Maxey is great in transition. He can shoot it. And not only can he shoot it off the dribble, he can shoot it off the handoff. He can shoot it off the catch. He can create his own shot. A fun player to watch.
Is there anything they could have done defensively to slow him down?
No, because when we double teamed, he was getting the ball to the short roll position, and then we were giving up corner threes to VJ Edgecombe or one of those to Quentin Grimes. That drive out of the corner, we trapped Maxey, and when Grimes got fouled going to the basket. So it's just, listen, when you got dynamic guards who can shoot and are that explosive and athletic, it's not easy to stop them.
shout out to Derek White, who not only was carrying the offense at various points, but had to chase him around. And that's like a ton of energy you have to expend. And you almost wonder what he would have had left in the tank if he didn't have to chase Maxey at points. But, I mean, watching the clip, like, Minot was on him at certain points. They threw size at him. They try to switch everything. Or nothing was working against Maxey.
He's tough. He's tough. And last year, I'm telling you, Jared McCain, I didn't like all them painting nails and TikTok videos and all this stuff, but watching him play, I like watching him play. He's good too. So they got 3 dynamic, strong, hard-playing guards.
You're not a TikTok guy?
No, it's not that. I just like, when it's all about that, you think, oh man, how's this guy going to be a good NBA player? But I watched him. He's good. I can ignore TikToks and painted nails as long as he's hooping like that.
Remember when Scal's a TikTok superstar?
I'm never going to be
White
a TikTok
Mamba
star.
dancing around.
No way.
So again,
he's tough though.
40 points for Maxey, 34 for Edgecombe. That's 74 combined from that backcourt. And the Sixers, 117 to 116. They get the win here at TD Gardens to send the Celtics at 0-1 to start the year. We got plenty more coming up here on Celtics postgame live. We're going to hear from Joe Mazzulla at some point. Michael Hawley's going to join the conversation. Caleb Burton, as well as again the C's dropped this opener here tonight. They made 1 3-pointer in that fourth quarter, Chris. It seemed like they kind of got that. We talked about it at halftime, but they kind of got it going in the third quarter. I believe they made 4 in the third quarter.